Recently, we've all been hearing more and more about leveraging automation for our self-storage properties. I've been transitioning some of my own third-party managed properties over to this automated model, and I would love to share with you what made these sites a successful automated self-storage business. What I've learned and implemented has become the premise for my new guide, 3 Mile Storage Presents 3 Steps to Self-Storage Automation, and I want to send you access for only $1. Any self-storage owner can dramatically increase the value of their business by following this training. We're going to talk about live remote managers, contactless rentals, maintenance management, marketing, property management, and how to connect it all together. Plus, you'll also get some amazing bonuses for free. Bonus number 1, interviews with owners and operators using this automated model. Bonus number 2, a free analysis of the online attention your self-storage business is getting, because we all know attention equals rentals. Bonus number 3, free DaVinci lock. Bonus number 4, digital copy of the 3 Mile Storage book. And bonus number 5, a free 30-minute one-on-one implementation call. So go to 3mileautomation.com today to unlock mind-blowing value with automated self-storage. And as another bonus for those that take action today, you'll also be invited to join me and OpenTech Alliance on a one-day self-storage automation masterclass. You don't want to miss it. Again, go to 3mileautomation.com. Hi everyone, this is Jim Ross with the Self Storage Show, and I guess today also with 3 Mile Storage. I'm going to continue my series on talking with people that are doing the unmanned automated self-storage model. I got Chad Lundberg with me today. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing, Jim? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time and talking a little bit about this. I want to get some conversations going with this kind of model. If you don't mind, just kind of introduce yourself, kind of give us a little background, and then we'll jump into it.
Yeah, I'm Chad Lundberg. I have been in the storage industry for about 26 years. I'm the managing partner of my family's self-storage. We have 14 locations. Number 15 is being under construction as we speak. So some days I feel like I haven't figured out, and other days I come to work and it's like I feel like it's my first day on the job. So I've seen it a lot, done a lot, but there's still so much to know about self-storage. And self-storage, I love self-storage, and it's my life. So it's great.
I was gonna say, it's always something new. People ask me sometimes when they're not in storage, or like, how do you keep talking about storage? Because they see like the podcast, so like on number episode 200 something, they're like, I don't know. We figure it out. There's always something to talk about, you know?
Yep. And it's like anything, you have to stay up on it. And it's always evolving, changing. Webinars are great. Going to state and national shows are another great thing, but you just got to keep up on it and you'll fly.
Well, that's kind of that's what I'm doing with this series, is kind of keeping up on things, with the unmanned automated kind of storage. Again, it's been around for a long time. I think it's just because of the time we're living in right now, with everyone kind of going contactless and COVID and that, it's kind of getting on people's radar. So that's why I'm inviting people to come on and talking about that, have been doing it for a while. So yeah, if you don't mind, kind of let us know, how long have you been doing this kind of model, and what made you decide to go that way?
We've never actually honestly had an office at any of our sites
Really?
in the 26 years. When we bought our first, we bought our first storage facility, did not have an office. My dad had another business about 3 miles down the road, so the phone would ring in there. And then, if in the old days, we would drive to the facility, show the unit, and of course, a lot of times you'd sit around and wait for people to show up.
Yeah.
And sometimes you'd leave with a rental, and sometimes you'd leave irritated. So we've never had really an on-site office until we actually bought an existing facility, and then we kept that office on site for about 18 months, and then we closed it down.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Kind of learned as you went through it what kind of model works best and how it worked for you then. Okay.
Yep. It was, we always just, in the beginning, when we only had 2 or 3 sites, everything was like 5 minutes of each other. So, or 5 or 10 minutes. So the customer would actually drive after we kind of gave up on making appointments. My dad had another established business, and so we'd have them come to that location, and we do the rental at the offsite office.
Oh, okay. No,
So
um,
it's,
makes sense.
and then we bought another facility kind of 25 minutes away. And so then we had to get in, we couldn't rely on our customers to drive that far.
Yeah.
So we did the rental kiosk for a while.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. So you kind of did the kiosk. Are you still using the kiosk, or you doing something else?
Nope, we actually ended our agreement with the kiosk company
Huh?
because they just weren't getting utilized for us. I think there's markets that they probably do
It's
work,
yeah, yeah,
but for us, they weren't even taking in enough money to pay for their monthly subscription,
yeah, yeah,
and no rentals a couple of months at some of our locations. So we opted out of it. They were good.
yeah.
I'm not going to say good or bad about them, but they just didn't work out for us at this time.
Yep. I mean, sometimes it's a fit, sometimes it's not, and sometimes
Mhm.
this is all the kiosk you need, I would assume. So,
Yeah, exactly.
no, that's good. If you don't mind, because again, you've been there for a long time doing this model. A lot of people are just now kind of getting into it and figuring it out. If you don't mind, like the way it works for you guys, can you kind of walk me through it quickly from like a customer perspective, kind of how it works? So if they're going on their website, they find your website, cool. Now what?
Yep. What they can do is they obviously find us several different ways. We do several different marketing, barefoot, phone book, very little phone book, Google My Business, all that stuff, our website. And then they can call us and we can, if they have any questions, we do answer our phone 6 days a week
Oh, good.
at the main office. So if they have any questions, they get stuck in a rental, we can try to assist them. But if they ask questions, we let them know very upfront that this is an unmanned facility. And you do get some questions about, I don't know what to do with the rental. Well, all of our rentals are online completely now.
Okay.
Uh, we use a great platform. It works. It's seamless. And I think it's actually more, what's the word I want to use? Successful selling than the office staff. I really truly believe that.
So
We
that's
have,
what I want to hear about. Yeah, that's why do you think that?
well, like we do require tenant insurance. They can purchase it from us or they can provide our own, but we have it set up in our system where like a 5x10 has the minimum insurance. The
Gotcha.
next 10x10, 10x15 has not required, but a suggested platform, and then the larger units have another one. And
Yeah.
so it kind of upsells the insurance a little bit as well. Uh,
Just kind of it kind of
so
walks them right through it. So that's
walks them right through it.
cool.
And then we are requiring all tenants on auto pay. So we're doing very little monthly billing moving forward. So I think last month I sent about 93 bills across the 14 locations.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
So
That's
yeah. So we really are honing in and taking advantage of the technology that's out there.
no, it kind of makes everything seamless. And
It,
that's something I'm finding. The more people I talk to, I'm kind of going through this model, just like what you just said. As it's walking them through, cool, doing the upsell on the auto pay. You're getting not upsell on the insurance, and then having them do the auto pay. That's two things that a lot of times kind of falls through the cracks, and you're making more money. Doing it
yeah,
that way.
you really do. And like, I don't want to, this is not about tenant insurance, but
Yeah,
it
no,
protects both you and the tenant.
yeah.
And if there's an issue, it takes you out of the equation and you can really make good money off of tenant insurance. So, and I want to protect myself as much as possible, my investment, my family's future. I really want to protect that. So that helps a lot.
Fantastic. So if someone, as they go through, cool, they rented the unit, they sign their contract, whatever, they're set. Cool. Now what? They show up to the facility, and then what happens?
Well, as soon as the rental goes through, we get alerted through our software and through via email. They get a welcome text saying, welcome to storage group. If you have any questions, feel free to call, blah, 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 blah. They get a quick reference guide. And I actually got this from like Disney. When I visited Disney, they had like a map of the location. Your room's here. This is what you need to do here, here, and here. And so I just kind of put your unit number is blank. Your gate code is blank. Now, in our system, our customers design their own or come up with their own gate code.
Okay.
And it's still amazing the people that don't know their gate code when they create it themselves.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That's another whole topic.
Yep.
It also has like the office hours. It has our office mailing address for communication, the facility email. So it has like all the important stuff that's in the rental agreement, but it's all in one sheet. And then after that, they get the next day, they get a welcome letter. I am still old school. I send it out via email as well as snail mail to make sure I have a good physical address. And so I kind of can stop a problem before it becomes a problem. So, and then after that, they can go to the facility. Obviously, the gates sync multiple times an hour.
Sure.
So if they run a unit right now, they can have access in, say, 10 minutes by the time the gates sync. Gotcha. And then they can go to the facility. We're not using the Da Vinci locks at this time. We just tag a unit with a seal tag, and that way they know, and the instructions are in the welcome guide as well, saying there's a yellow tag in your unit, dispose of it properly to gain access. So that's how they complete their rental, and they can move in within minutes.
And you just tell them like provide their own lock. Do you have a lock like waiting for them in the unit?
No, we do not. We're toying with the idea of providing a padlock. But my biggest fear, and I've talked to other people, and people, they get a free lock and then they're going to lock the unit back up when they're done, assuming we have a key. And so I'm not quite there on that offering a padlock yet, but I'm getting darn close.
Yeah. But
people will always email and say, hey, what kind of lock should I use? Whatever lock you feel is good enough for your contents, that's all the requirement I have.
Okay.
Just lock your unit up.
Yep, that works. I was curious. So anyway, people that are doing this kind of operation, I always like to ask this question and see, get your thoughts on it. So like you've done this model, you've proven it works great for you, versus like having, a manager at that site and everything's kind of on that person's shoulders, all the different hats they wear. Do you feel doing this kind of model with the unmanned automated can provide better customer service versus the other way?
I do. I really do. In the aspect of a manager gets very complacent if they're doing the same thing all day long. And being in a self-storage business, there can be a lot of downtime. If you have a 200 unit facility, there's a lot of downtime and people get lazy. So when the phone rings at our main office, I know that's our job to answer the phone. We more or less use it as a call center. Gotcha. And so you can answer, you're a little bit more friendly. You may not know the customers per se, but you just it's more welcoming. So when people aren't stale from sitting at their desk and they're leaning back with their feet up on the desk, answering the telephone, we've all been on telephone calls where people are doing that. They're just lazy, or they don't even answer their phone. They do rounds without taking the phone out with them. So,
yep.
And that's one of the reasons why we closed down that office there was a lot of downtime and things weren't getting done.
Yep. I see it exactly. I have a thing where on my show sometimes when I got downtime, I'm a storage nerd, so I'll call storage sites just to see how they do on the phone. I'll record it and do little critiques. What you don't see is the 9 times out of 10 when I'm doing a phone call and no one answers.
No.
And it's like that or the conversation literally goes about 5 seconds.
Yeah. What's your price at 10 by 10?
Yep, that's it. Click. You're like, ah. So yeah, when you have someone that's kind of focusing specifically on taking all the calls or call center, as long as that's their focus, yeah, you're getting the reps, you're keeping things going, and I think it's a lot better presentation on the phone when that's what their focus is. So
Yep. And this fall, we did do a big phone training session.
Good.
And so that did dramatically help.
Yeah.
So that was really good.
So what do you guys do with, I'm just kind of putting myself in the owner's seat here, and they're probably thinking, through how things operate when they're doing like this. So cool. You got the calls are handled as far as, I mean, obviously you guys keep up with maintenance and lot cuts and just cleaning the units, all that kind of stuff. How do you handle that?
Well, each of our locations are visited a minimum of one time. Like we have a couple smaller sites. They're completely rented year round, 100% occupancy. So we won't visit that location a couple times unless we need to.
Sure.
For a maintenance issue, someone provided us move out notice, we'll do that. But most of our facilities are honestly visited 2 or 3 times a week. And we do our hard rounds. And what I call for hard rounds are, we literally drive up and down each row and write every available unit down. And then that list gets compared to what's in our computer. So that is always up to date. If something's missed, it's immediately pulled. We're not going to run back to that facility to make sure that that unit's really empty. Let's make a note. So we always, our website and our available units are always correct.
Gotcha.
So
got to do the walkthrough.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what was going to happen. So no, I mean, again, that makes total sense. I just, as far as the owners, I'm another kind of, trying to put the pieces of the puzzle together and how it's all going to work. And again, as long as you're keeping that as a focus and making sure it is, you have someone that's the boots on the ground or whatever you want to call it, that's doing those kind of rounds, and keep it consistent, have a schedule.
Yep.
Otherwise you can blink and 2 weeks has dropped, gone by and you haven't done anything.
Yeah.
Keeping it consistent, and you can make this model work.
Yes.
Any last words of advice for anyone that's kind of like weighing their options right now? Maybe they've done, old school kind of, I keep saying old school. I still run a lot of my sites this way too, but having a traditional model and they're kind of debating about model.
My advice is be open to change. Like we recently in December changed our move out, how we handle the move outs. We were kind of using a Google Keep, Google Doc, where everyone could use at their own computer. And while that was good for them to come in, it was kind of a pain when people moved out to make sure everything was right. And did they provide the right notice? Did we email them saying, this is what you need to do when you vacate, clean your unit, remove your stuff, remove your padlock? So we kind of changed, and we always are open to seeing if there's better options out there. So with anything, you just got to keep up on the technology or find a better system that works and just not be afraid of it.
Yep. And again, that's what we're talking about here. It's kind of the systems and the processes to kind of open some people's eyes to alternatives, on what's out there. So Ian, thanks so much for taking the time and having us get a little sneak peek into your operations, Chad.
Thank you for having me, and have yourself a great day.
All right, you too. I'll talk to you later. See ya.
Bye.